What's up everyone? I have got a bit of a different video for you today. I'm going to be doing a full review on this table saw. It's the ST254 Hare and Forbes table saw. I think that's yep, that's all there is to it. That's what it's called. So I don't normally do reviews, but there has been a big demand and you can't find a lot of information about this table saw online, so I decided I would do one and see where that gets me. So let's go to the intro music. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I have an intro music. Yeah. First of all, what I would like to say is my background is not very professional, but it's very realistic, so try and ignore it. But that's what a shed should look like, guys. A mess. If you want to check out the building video, I'll put a card up somewhere, maybe link in the description down below somewhere. Go check that out. It's a very sturdy table. Very. It's also very heavy. 187.5 kilos to be exact. So you're not going to be able to lift this by yourself. What makes it so heavy is the cast iron top. It's a solid piece of machinery, I have to say. It's not like those, there's some table saws you can get that are just, 4 sticks for the legs and I don't know, a bit of steel, a bit of aluminium or something for the top. It just, it's not like that. It's definitely not portable in any way, shape or form. It's designed to stay at a workshop and live there for the rest of its life. So there are 2 ways you can put together this table. If you have a look, there's a line along here. So that's one section, and then there's also a line along here. That's another section just there. So I've done one of those panels on one side of the blade, one of those panels on the other side of the blade. But you can put this panel on this side of the blade if you want. And it comes with this thing which you would extend. Which extends, and that kind of sticks on the end like that, in those holes there, there. Sticks on the end, so that'll kind of stabilize it if it sticks out that far. It's a I'll put this back together. I do a lot of smaller work with it, so that's why I've kind of got half and half, so I can change it up, alternate it a bit. I said it before, and I'll say it again. It's a solidly built table. I will congratulate Hare and Forbes for that. Transition music. So, the guide has only got one clamp spot. You clamp it down like that, and it's not gonna move. One thing I was worried about, because it's only got this one spot it clamps, does that mean that side is going to move a bit? But it doesn't seem like it, and it does clamp all the way from this end, and it's kind of got a clampy bit that clamps it in here as well. I'll just show you that. And when you clamp it down, it clamps as well, and that holds it there, very sturdy. I go to shake the guide, and it shakes the table. It's a similar sort of thing, kind of in here, clamps it down. It does slide very smoothly. That might just be because it's brand new, and I try to keep sawdust and things out and off the guides. You can just change it over as easy as that. So there's no bolts, no screws, nothing you have to undo. And you can cut from that side. Pretty simple. Just move it back, just like that. Easy as. One issue I do have with the guide is that this moves back and forth. So it's sturdy at that end, it'll stay at that end, but at this end, it moves like that. And I can move it like that and clamp it, and it'll stay like that. If I unclamp it, move it back, it'll stay like that. So it doesn't, the clamping doesn't make it straight, if you know what I mean. If you're doing small little details, a couple of mil could put you off big time. This little knob down here in the guide, that's for fine tuning, and it clamps onto these teeth down here. Oh, just so it's sitting off like that. So that's how that works. The viewing screen on the guide is all right. It magnifies the measurements. It's kind of, yeah, you can kind of see it's like a magnifying glass, which does help, but it also does make it harder to see the numbers. Like, you look at that and you can't really see the bottom numbers as easy. So it's a pretty sturdy, decent guide. Just that one thing up that end, the slight wobble, that's the one problem I have with that guide. The second guide, this little thing here, that's very sturdy. Doesn't move a lot, but that is only if you want to do angle cuts or even straight cuts. Like, just undo that straight cut. You can adjust this, move it as far as you want that way, so it misses. It's also got this other side up here you can change it to. So there you go. That's the guides for you. Now we come to the blade. It's a pretty small blade, to be honest. 254 millimeters in diameter. It's got that little guard. You can also connect a hose, an attachment onto that to suck the sawdust out. This bit does come off. All you got to do is undo these 5 screws, lift that panel, and then there's some bolts that you can pull that out. They're the 2 bolts that got to take off, and then this bit should slide off, and it'll be left with just the blade by itself. That's if you wanted to do just small cutouts like picture frames and things where you slide the bit of timber over and doesn't cut all the way through. You'd take that off for reasons like that. Anyway, how the blade tilts is under here. You've got all these knobs and dials and things. Yeah, I'll show you. Come in. This knob for starters, you loosen that, and this turns. And that tilts the blade like that. Just winding that, tilts it, and moves all that. And that tilts max to 45 degrees. This thing here, this raises and lowers the blade, so you just gotta undo that like that, and wind this. We'll get the blade going up and down. And you just tighten that back up. That's all that is. It's an alright system. I don't mind it. I have seen a lot worse than that. The max height of the blade, it'll go, if you raise it all the way up, 75mm max height. And it goes all the way down till it's below the top of the table. So if you wanted to cut 90mm timber, sitting it upright, then it is too small. But I find if you want to do that, you can always just cut the timber, then turn the timber upside down and cut it again. It doesn't give a very accurate cut, but it works. I haven't had an issue with the blade being too low yet. All the timbers that I've been cutting have been the blade's been fine for it. So yeah, no issues there so far. That's tilted at 45. It's a max height of 60mm. Anyway, go check out my channel. I've got a few build-in videos on there, just small things I do. It's pretty cool. You should subscribe while you're at it. That's a genius idea. What I do love about it though, when it's running, let me just turn on for you. It doesn't have any issues with wobbling or anything. It's really strong, and it doesn't really struggle at any point. I haven't had that issue, so I'll just turn it off for that. That's what I love about it when it's running. It's such a good little detail that they managed to throw in there, and it's just amazing. Thus concludes the blade of the saw of the table. Yeah, that's kind of what that's about. Yeah, more music. Play music. Now, let me talk about the motor. Let me show you the motor. It's under there. As you can see, it's blocked up. Underneath the table is blocked up on 4 sides like this. So, to get to the motor, you've got these 6 screws here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another panel like this on the other side. Here's the other side. Allen key bits. Let me go find the right size. This is going to be interesting. Too small. Second try. Don't get that very often, eh? They go this way. Like this. So this whole panel should just fall away. Look at that. And inside, what do we have, ladies and gentlemen? But the motor. Dang it, I should have gone around the other side, undone those ones. Oh, that sucks. Oh. Let me undo the other panel. Here we go. Yeah, I'd be careful about that. This is the motor. They're all the mechanisms and things when the saw angles every single thing under the sun, under the table. All angles. Look at that. Amazing, eh? And that is lifting the blade. So how that works is the whole motor and everything and tilts this way. Let's have a look. If you wanted to, I suppose you could oil these gears and knobs and all those windy things, but I haven't, and it seems to run fine and smoothly. Once it gets a bit old and starts running a bit more rough, then I probably would, but it's new enough that it's fine and it works perfectly fine for me. So let me show you how smoothly it runs. It is it's not brand new, but it still runs pretty smoothly, and it's also very quiet, which I love about this machine. I'll turn it on for you. Here we go. Let's cut this bit of timber. Rip it down. It also comes with one of these, which is handy. Or you could just make your own. They're not that hard. We're going to rip this bit down to 80mm. We'll see after I cut it how accurate this thing actually is. And remember, safety third. Alright, what does happen sometimes, this bit this little bit at the back that holds up the cover, the timber was slightly rubbing against that, which made it much harder to push through. And so if this isn't perfectly in line with the blade, then it will make it harder to get through, like push the bit of timber through. But it's nonetheless a pretty neat cut. Says 79mm, so it's out by 1mm. But these things are stickers, so that might have been when we put the stickers down and we were building it. It might have been us. That 1mm might have been come down to human error, because these bits didn't come already on there. They were in rolls, and we had to unstick them. Anyway, now I'm just playing, so... Look at these beautiful cuts. It just glides through the timber beautifully, but it has got a pretty new blade on it, and so it's kind of hasn't got much to do with the table. It's more to do with how often you change the blade. So my overall view on this table, it's really good. It's definitely worth the money. It's a good piece of machinery. I don't use it very often, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. But it's held up very well. If you are looking to do more professional stuff, I would still recommend it. But there are more expensive tables out there that would probably be a bit better. But for a backyard thing, this is amazing. And yeah, this is great. I don't have a lot of issues with it. Yeah, I mean, it's heavy, but it's designed to stay in a workshop. Maybe that gate is the one thing, it wobbles slightly, but it's worked for me, and I've loved it. Go buy yourself one. Any questions, please leave it in the comments. I'll get back to you. I need to pay off this table, so please subscribe.